founder of Be.Art and taking charge of biz development and strategy. Well, for Be.Art, officially we are originating from the fields of archaeology and the cultural heritage restoration. We are a global leader in Web3 domain, specializing in blockchain certification and dimensional exhibition and self-services for physical art collections. We encompass a wide range of art types, including paintings, sculptures, decorative and applied arts. Also digital arts and mixed media arts, focusing on works with significant collectibles and aesthetic values. In general, we are an NFT and a real world asset marketplace. That's pretty much a short briefing introduction about the art thing. Hello.
All right, Gabriel, that was a really awesome introduction. I can see here from a PowerPoint presentation from, I think this is a docs file, that the B.Art is a comprehensive global exchange platform. Could you please shed more light on that while I go up through the follow-up questions?
I'm sorry, you were disconnecting for a second. Could you please repeat the question again?
Oh, sure. Um, could you shed more light on your team and how how you guys came together and how you decided to
Oh,
start the it always does go from some starting point.
yeah, great questions. I think I'm just gonna share you guys about like history of B.Art and our team. I think we were the whole team like assembled. I think it's back to 2015 when we were students in either material science major or archaeology. Uh, and still remember that was 2019, and we like bunch of our guys reading news from a research lab that two major auction houses like Christie's um, were promoting an auction with two paintings that look exactly the same, like identical. But both auction houses were claiming their auction objects are genuine ones. So at the end, I remember that that replica painting sold at like $600 million, and the auction house charged them like 40% of a commission fee. That was a huge auction instance back the time. So what happened was our team like pay actually look into the instance and brought us attention that the whole authentication industry had limitations that required an objective authentication method. So we started to develop B.Art. We were actually a technology company that emphasizing, or would say, researching how uh, an objective authentication method can be done commercially and also with limited time and accuracy without destruction to the object itself. So what happened was um, we let me see. I think it's 2019 or 2020. We sorry, can you hear me? I was disconnected for a second.
Yeah, you're coming through clearly.
Thank you. I'm just gonna continue this. So what happened was we took several years to integrate a system that we call the catalog system. The system itself used micro optical scanning approach. That's saying we have to find thousands of critical points or feature points on surfaces of an object I'm just gonna make an example. Like if you have two printing papers, well, they both look identical, in human eyes, but at certain level, when you like zoom in, to like our scale is up to 10 micrometers. If you zoom into 10 micrometers, you will see a whole different, two very different things. Under the catalog system, microscopic work makes these two printing papers way much different. Like fibers, like printing papers are constructed by fibers, right? So fibers overlays each other at a different direction in all axial planes, and also uh, fibers themselves are not very identical, saying the difference in color, length, and other physical measurements. While statistically speaking, by our the catalog system, like four-faced replica. So from built from our innovation of the catalog system, we have now applicable method for authentication. So we combine our catalog system and the blockchain technology. We create our platform, Be.Art. Now everything from the real world can be traded through Web3, and we can make sure all the data is authenticated and all the real world asset can be authenticated by our catalog system. That's the an innovation, or just say creativity part of our platform. Then none of other NFT marketplace uh, have ability to conduct at this point.
That's really impressive. It's always said that you should, look for a problem and solve it, and people be willing to buy the
Yeah.
solution. You and your team really did take your time to um, look for this problem and present a really sellable solution.
Yeah.
Kudos to you guys. What's the difference between the GNFTs
Oh
and
well,
others?
well, that's a deep question. So by that we have to start with what is NFT and what's the limitation of NFT. Uh, well, from now, like most NFT are selling at the current point of time is I think 99% almost are PFPs, like profile profile pictures. Uh, I don't think profile pictures or any sort has have intrinsic value. They are just codes, right? You can make replicas or just type in different codes to create a different picture and make it into NFTs. While at certain point, those values are gonna decrease it to zero. Well, that's huge damage to either the marketplace or the trading volume. While you see, I was doing a research of the market, and back to 2022, the whole total trading volume of NFT market actually it's around $2 trillion, something like that. But it decreased like 2023 is only one third of that volume, and this the first quarter of this year, 2024. I don't think NFT market is gonna be a bullish run. That's my anticipation, but that's only because uh, all those PFP NFTs are lack of value. Like but and GNFT is a different, way two different things. We combine our technology, just I mentioned, the catalog. The catalog system like automatically extract all the data points. I mentioned the critical points with the color, with the texture, with the micro image itself, and the order coordinations. We combine them and genetic NFT. For that, we can connect the real world asset to NFTs. So that I think that's quite a safeguarding for and a uniqueness for artwork transactions in both Web 2 or Web 3. I think that's pretty much can explain the yeah. I'm sorry to interrupt, but we were quite yeah, the technology itself took us roughly 5 to 6 years to fully functional for different materials, and we were authentication method or solution company at the first place. But when you taking micros scanning pictures of the object from different surfaces, like all around the object itself, and by modeling, you can actually create a micro image. Sorry. By modeling the object itself, now we have a brand new way to exhibit the object. By like when you go into a museum, you can only look at the painting from, I don't know, like 1 2 meters away, and you cannot feel how the painters or the sculptures were made and how deep they carved the sculpture. But with our technique and combining with modeling, when you zoom into 10 micrometers for a sculpture, you can actually look at the critical points and how deep they carve a certain point. I think that's quite a unique way to look at your art or your collections, or a brand new way to exhibit or promoting your object. For that, I think that will increase the value of your artwork, or a different way to exhibit or make an online museum. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, I did get two things from here. First off, you guys took your time to build a wonderful product. 6 years is a lot of time to spend, to invest on a particular project. And I think I have to agree with you on the fact that, art pieces and art itself has different ways of expressing the artist behind it. And paying close attention to the details is one way that artists actually try to express themselves. And I can see that you guys have spared no expense when building the Be.Art Web3 art ecosystem. And I must really give you a kudos to that. You guys are really doing great.
Well,
It's
thank
quite
you.
awesome. Okay, so let's see. Earlier in the earlier parts of the AMA, you did talk about authenticity. I think you also did make mention of that word a couple of seconds ago. So, how does the Be.Art platform, ensure the authenticity of the GNFTs and artworks being bought and sold?
Well, mm, how do we ensure authenticity? So, just I mentioned, authenticity is just a matter of, math. You cannot make sure like things are 100% right. Like, for example, you have a mm, you have a sculpture. Again, you have a sculpture, and that sculpture is decaying through time. When you look at Michelangelo's sculpture, that's different from 1,000 years ago because the erosion, oxidation, things like that. Um, well, but with our technology, when you look into the material itself, the texture, when you taking like thousands of different critical points or feature points, there are fragments or elements of the sculpture that won't change through time, or uh, when you take in like 4 or 5 different dimensions of statistically independent data and combining with our modeling skills, in the math, you have probably 99% of uh, you know the chance is very low you have a replica. I think that pretty much explained the technique itself, how we make the authentication. Um, and the rest are just our catalog system making it work.
Thanks, Gabriel, for pointing those important facts out. Let's circle back and talk about artists expressing themselves. I attended a space recently, and people were starting to talk about the concept of a digital artist and a physical artist, and one thing up in that conversation was the idea of forgery. Some newbie artists could just come up and then forge the art into its digital form, even sell it as an expensive NFT. But here I'm seeing that one of the problems you're solving, you're distinguishing forgeries from the original. And I don't see any true artist that won't appreciate originality of the art. Could you tell us more about the anti-counterfeiting mechanisms and how you ensure that these artists trust this product?
Well, this question could be answered by marketing strategy. None of the consensus. When we publish in our genetic NFT with a GNFT and the catalog system, people have to start trusting our mechanism, right? But at the very beginning, it's gonna be really hard. Uh, Multiple reasons. First, you have a brand new approach, a method to uh, just say evaluate what is authenticity. That might hurt people's interest, some people's interest, or people having collectible arts. They have a trusting issue. So for this, we have to start small. Um, we have like promotions or exhibition tour around the world. Like first stage, probably at the middle, at the first half of this year, 2024, we are start to having exhibition for different art, culture art type. At the very first stage is China, East Asia, Southern Asia, and the culture, the paintings, and the art collections around this region. And we start to publishing our platform form and along with our authentication method. Gradually, we go to like western part of the world, like Europe and America, start people trusting our the mechanism of the catalog, the consensus of GNFT, and people start to trusting the mechanism itself instead of our platform or our individuals or official teams. That I think it's a matter of time, or uh, more realistic, it's a matter of money. If I get more financing that can help us to do a lot of promotion or incentivize artistic to correspond with us, uh, we can we can foresee that the the time skip would be shorter than like 2 to 5 years. I think that might work. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of money, of course, money is really fundamental in every aspect of a project, and generating revenue, is one of the core aspects of any project. And of course, if you want to generate revenue, this Be.Art ecosystem, say they want to use the genome technology for example, the GNFT technology, is there
Mm,
another way that they could actually
yeah,
use
yeah,
it?
yeah, you definitely can. That's a great question. So, at the very beginning, when we planned, we set up our strategy to go to market or research strategy. There are two different, a totally different. I would say totally different approach to go to the market. Very first is just being a authentication company or a solution company that helps museum or other enterprises to help them to have a build up a system that authenticate with reasonable price. But later on, we find out that painting sculptures only like very small portion of material that can be covered by our catalog system. And we try to like develop the catalog system into covering more uh, various different type of materials. Like now we cover roughly 150 different types of materials that can be examined or authenticated by the system itself. So we start to talk with some of the gaming companies, and a lot of gaming companies having like products, like the real world products. The For example, you having a figure or like I don't know, like they're collectibles. Uh, but they selling it with limited edition. So in order to make sure that limited editions can be traced back to the company itself or make that authentication. Uh, they were installing some like microchips inside of the figure itself, but chips can be replaced, right? And like I remember there was a project from Louis Vuitton. They were trying to authenticate their bags, the luxury bags, by inserting microchips. But that's really to make like a replica or a fraudulent. You just replace the microchip into a fake bag. That's quite easy. But with our technology, the catalog system, if you make like say a certain critical points that's different from one limited edition figure to another, the catalog system only examines your critical point, which is the material itself. So uh, again, statistically speaking, you won't have a fake one once you have authenticated by GNFT of that figure. So well, that opens our mind. So further on, we might we even like prolong our business to more commercialized or consumer sector, saying we probably can authenticate some of the shoes, like limited edition of a Jordan, or limited edition of napkins that are used by some celebrities. I don't know, like that. That's quite open. The technology itself is not limitation. Uh, I think that can explain your question. So,
Yes. Thanks for shedding more light on this. Before we take a deep dive into this authentication system, because I feel a lot of businesses, who would want to authenticate their products but really can't afford it, would definitely want, be at enterprise to secure that. Let's circle back to this. Can we? Let's talk about scalability. I'm seeing here
I'm
that
sorry.
you
What?
intend.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I disconnected. So
Add the part about the use cases for the businesses is actually quite impressive, and some businesses will definitely be interested, especially those who don't want to really spend much but have some interesting limited edition products. I mean, if huge business enterprise like Louis Vuitton is still having problems authenticating limited edition products, which would definitely cost some impressive amounts of money. I believe this is a scalable solution. I agree with that, right?
Yeah, it is. And at the as I mentioned, we took several years into the technology itself. One of the reason is like objective authentication method wasn't available at the time. So, sorry, was available at the time. One of it, a lot of people know as carbon dating, right? But carbon dating has its limitations. Say you have a sculpture, again, Michelangelo's sculpture. But carbon dating only tells you like this sculpture is made, what was made, within uh a gap between like 1000 AD to 2000 AD. It wasn't right. It wasn't wrong, right? But it's not accurate at all. Doesn't tells you anything. That's carbon dating. And also, we have another method. It's common practice, but it's really expensive by using genetic electronic microscopic. It's extremely expensive to examine one of the art objects. Probably takes you like uh, I didn't actually calculate it, but they have to go through the objective authentication again. That's twice. So in order to make to make money, uh, no, it doesn't make any sense to make money by using that technology. And also by using EM, which is cryogenic electronic microscopic. Uh, it's destructive, like fully destructive to item itself. You have to submerge your item into liquid nitrogen. Like when you like take your your sculpture or your painting out of liquid nitrogen, which is negative 270 Fahrenheit, your whole object goes to dust. It's neither commercialized or nor feasible. That's part of the reason we using optical scanning. Uh, Now we have potential, not potential. I mean, right now our scanning can be done within the cost of uh say 30 to 50 dollars per time, depending on how the size and the how comprehensive your paintings are in terms of these physical figures. And that's only the Kellogg system 2.0. And the 3.0, I think we gonna just keep diminishing the cost itself to maybe $10 or less. And right now, the apparatus itself is not very quite integrated. We still have to take like huge case. It's combining 5 different tools that take measurements of the 5 different dimensions. Uh, we trying to hire more scientists guys to integrate, or engineers to integrate all this apparatus into a one piece, or maybe handhold like handhold uh devices. I don't know, like that's my imagination, but I'm gonna consult with my team maybe next year or 2 years later. But that's definitely our goal, or the team's roadmap for the 2025 or 2024. When
Gabriel,
we Oh yeah,
oh, please go ahead. Please go ahead. I'm really enjoying this. I just want to say
really?
that.
Well, thank you so much. Just say when we done with all the things about that I said it, I think a lot of enterprise will be very quite interesting with us. I really hate doing like marketplaces, because there are a lot of marketplaces competing with marketplaces, and we are actually selling real world arts. and that means we have to somehow competing with both sides, but slightly different. Say OpenSea or Blur, or even yeah, your Binance yourself selling our NFTs. They are not in a competition with us because we're selling not just NFTs, not just PFPs. We actually giving services that sell real world. But for auction houses, they have no you know ability to create NFTs. I wouldn't say ability, but the legal problems and all sorts. Um, well, we are actually in the middle, like not quite in a fully competition stage with uh, neither of them. So that's our actually our advantage at this point. But making a marketplace is, but it's still not going to provide a lot of value to the Web3 or the whole ecosystem itself. Because marketplace is, if you have money, you can create a Binance again, just enough money. But the catalog system itself cannot be replaced, right? I think that's the key, and it's easier or not easier. I mean, it's just com complicated or
about some really wonderful things. And if anyone wants to learn more, and I didn't call out your questions because we've got questions rolling in. Trust me. I'm not even done asking my own questions myself because you did make mention of three amazing technologies here that I'll probably send you a DM to discuss, further. Please make sure to join the Be.Art ecosystem and the Be.Art communities on their Twitter. Turn on the notifications on Twitter and follow them. Uh, you're on Telegram, correct? Telegram or Discord? Which are you active more?
both. Actually, we are on X, Twitter. I mean Twitter and Discord and Telegram. Yeah.
All right, cool. You heard the man. Please make sure to follow them. Join up their communities on Discord and on Twitter and Telegram, as well as follow them with notifications turned on so that you can get updated. Because Gabriel definitely has a lot of updates that's definitely going to be rolling in. Before I continue with my questions, we have a couple of community questions here that I'd like to ask. A question here from Mr. Queenet. It's saying, what is the value of Be.Art NFTs? I think you talked about this before. Could you just give us a brief summary in answering this question?
Well, no. I wasn't covered this topic yet. Well, I was introducing genetic NFT and its intrinsic value, but well, BR NFT is a different thing. BR NFT is sort of a representation of ownership of our whole project, right? It's different. It's not related to the art object itself directly. It just it's just say it's actually like buying our stock, like a BR company stock. If you own an NFT, if you are an NFT holder, and if you're a holder of our NFT, we make sure you have received like 10% of all the commission fees from the whole platform as a dividend, and also 5% of whole company's profits as a permanently perpetuity for holders. Like rest are just our community rights, like say discount and commission fee for participation in genetic NFT transactions, or some like VIP tickets, like for online or offline exhibitions, or like a VIP tickets to our art clubs, things like that, etc. Well, the most important thing is holding our BR NFT is, well, just say having Sides from its gaining from its sides from its capital gain, you still have your dividends. Well, if any of you guys familiar with a financial calculation, like the DCF, discounted cash flow model. Well, if you do that by 10% of dividend share, and then calculate it by the potential of the whole market, which is roughly, the whole real world art transaction volume size is it's about like 25 to 26 trillion dollars per year. So just say we take 0.1% of that market share into Web3 version, or even less, and you calculate it by the commission fee we charge, which is 15%, and all of those plus authentication fee, which is 2 authentication fee per object, and do the math, and you find out how much your dividend share per NFT, and you calculate it for several years with continued growth. Well, you will see a like huge increase for your capital gain in the value of our in the value of holding our BNFT. Be.Art NFT.
All right, Gabriel. I believe the person listening has gotten really detailed answers to his questions. We have a couple of interesting questions from the listening audience today. And let's see. The next one is can you tell us why was the need for the GNFTs? We have this question from iCal633. That's the person's username.
Sorry, say it again. I was coughing, so I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
Yeah,
I,
I had a cold for 5 days, and it was really severe. So
oh my, that's really terrible. I really hope you get well soon. Well, really, really soon. Sorry about
thank
that. Okay. Okay. So the next question is, can you tell us why there's a need for the GNFTs? This question is coming from the user at
Oh,
iCal.
okay. I think this question can be answered by the difference of genetic NFT and NFTs. So genetic NFT consists with all the it's just a key to unlock the authenticity or originality of your artwork. It's mm, like like well, does anyone here familiar with the term digital twins? Like, say you have an exact copy of your object in the internet. Like that's pretty much explanation of GNFT. So in order to hold your GNFT, you have to authenticate your object. In order to authenticate your object, you have to hold your genetic NFT. And the technology of blockchain makes sure GNFT, the data points, are not gonna be contaminated or tampered with BR team itself. Well, it's just a combination of technology of Web3 and real world arts. Yeah, that's the significance of having a genetic NFT instead of NFT.
Thanks for that amazing answer. Here's the next question from Kaiser16. I think this is a Binance user, Kaiser16. He said, can you get an airdrop allocation by holding BNFT? First off, are there airdrop allocations?
Airdrop applications. We haven't decided yet, but you can definitely follow us on Twitter and uh, tamper with their plans. So yeah, definitely follow us on channels then, and we have daily updates and when we are going to airdrop or AMAs like amazing AMAs like this or other events, etc. Yeah, definitely follow us, please. Thank you.
sure you follow them. You guys are cooking something really interesting. You know, considering the fact that you did spend so much time on it. Gabriel. Let's see. Okay, is there a reward mechanism for holding GNFTs?
Say it again. Mechanism of what? Holding GNFT?
Is there a reward mechanism for holding
Oh yeah,
GNFTs?
yeah. Just I mentioned holding genetic NFT is, well, it's sort of like stacking a token. Well, you're not getting interest, but you're having a dividend from our whole platform's income. Well, that's pretty much the answer.
That's it's really impressive, Gabriel. So I'm going to follow up with two questions. I think I'm going to make some comments about the innovative technologies you guys are using. It's really one thing to preserve archaeology arts, and while an accurate dating mechanism is important, you did make mention of carbon dating. Although I never really knew they could use cryogenesis and its technology to run dating, and it's quite disastrous to the product. But you guys have an innovative approach to not just keep the product safe and unharmed, but also get an accurate date. Is that correct?
No, yeah, it is. But that, yeah, I think. Well, is that a comment on your channel or?
Oh no, it's a comment. Yeah, someone just
Oh
talked
yeah,
about.
yeah. Well, that guy really paid attention to my, our AMA. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Is.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think he was paying user M Akam. He was paying
What? Yeah, that
attention.
guy explained our tech much better than myself too. So
Well, if there are openings for employment, you could probably hire him.
yeah, well, definitely contact us. If you're looking for a job. So
All right. I also hope that you also made mention of the fact that you are actually gathering. Give me a second. You are also gathering. Still looking for some engineers. In this field. It's quite impressive. I don't know if you've put it on your Twitter. I think some people might be interested in this offer. Or has anyone reached out to you indicating interest in to participate in this particular field?
say it again. Sorry.
Oh, you did make mention of the fact that you're still going to be looking for engineers, those who specialize in, dating and carbon, those who specialize in dating of the items. Although that's not really very important now, but I guess it's coming up in the future, correct?
I'm sorry, I have just really bad connection issue or just noise off your background. I cannot follow this question. So,
All right. How am I coming through now?
uh,
While I check if there's any other questions, interesting questions from the community. You've explained quite a lot, but a brief cover summary will also suffice, Gabriel.
you want me to give a summary?
Yes, we've discussed quite a lot so far. Could you
Oh
give us a
yeah.
summary?
Well, a summary. I think I actually explained a lot on like emphasizing our technology, but a lot of people here, I think they are more interested in how they are getting money by investing in our Be.Art NFTs. I think. Um, well, first we like by holding our NFT, you definitely get dividend out of the whole the platform's income. Well, that's one major thing. Well, that's well just holding the platform we create a whitelist. Definitely like top 100 people that goes into the whitelist have a huge chance, to getting our NFT. Mm, well, the technology itself, I already explained it for half an hour. But if any of you guys have interest or wanna have, I don't know, like just say, if you own an enterprise that wanna connect with us, or your investors that try very interesting our BR object project, or your investors that working for a fund that actually can help us with financing, just please contact us and follow us channel. And we definitely a really great project that can change the world and introduce a lot of newcomers from Web 2 through Web 3. I think we can bring a lot of liquidity to the market itself. And in this bull run, 2024, I hope our platform and the technology itself can takes off, especially for the catalog system and genetic NFT. It actually helps a lot for the both art industry, auction industry, and the material science industry as well. It definitely can help or enhance or benefiting other enterprises with authentication method. Well, I think that's pretty much the summary of our project. Well, again, thank you guys for your time.
Gabriel, thank you for your time. I think with the updates that are coming, we're looking forward to hearing back from you on the crypto attacks community pretty soon. Correct?
Oh yeah, it is.
All right, Gabriel. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Gabriel from the Be.Art ecosystem, and he has definitely done a deep dive. If you missed any parts, feel free to listen to the recording that will be posted. I remain your humble host, Tim Cloud, and Gabriel. It was really nice having you with us. I'm looking forward to hearing back from you pretty soon. Thanks again, Gabriel.
Thank you so much.